Hey, what's up guys? Chris here, back with another tea talk. It's been a while since I did one of these, and I just got back from spending 2 weeks in Japan. I've been home exactly a week today. So I brought back a lot of tea from my trip. So I wanted to do uh, a set of videos talking about some of the tea I got. So today, for this video, I'm going to talk about the tea bowl I just got and some matcha that I purchased in Uji. So let's start off by talking about the tea bowl. This tea bowl is called Zui, and the kanji for it is a little bit weird. So Zui is the kanji that they use to talk about Switzerland and Sweden, but it also can mean like auspicious or something like that, like an auspicious omen or a good omen. It's used in the kanjis for that, like good omen. And I picked this tea bowl because it looked really cool. Winter is here. It's December now, and it's gonna start snowing hopefully within the next couple weeks or months. And Japanese tea culture and in matcha culture, specifically, they always try to do things according to the seasons. So I picked this tea bowl because it looks like snow, and with some sludge and like rock mixed in. So I'll show you the inside and the outside as well. And it comes from this tea shop, or tea, I guess it's like a pottery shop, called Ninshu, which is down the block from the Ippudo main store in Kyoto. So Ippudo is a major tea brand from Japan, and they used to have a New York store here, but unfortunately the space that they were using here in New York closed, so I think they're currently looking for a different location, but it's been about a year and a half or 2 years now without a New York store. But anyway, so I was on my way to go to Ippudo in Kyoto, but unfortunately their tea room is closed currently for renovations. So I was just wandering around the neighborhood, and I came across this ceramic store. I looked in, I saw the tea bowls, and then I walked out, and I was like, let me treat myself. I hadn't really gotten, too many things for myself during my trip. I got some other things for some people and some gifts for my parents, but nothing really big for myself. So I went back in, and this tea bowl really stood out to me. I was thinking about the seasons. I was thinking about, coming back to New York, and would it be cold or would it be, still, rather warm? And so I picked this one out. And the tea shop itself, all the people were very nice. They liked that I spoke Japanese, and they actually took me in the back. They had like a little Zen garden that, I could put, I could sort of rake the rocks, and then put different tea bowls or teaware into the Zen garden according to how I felt. And that was cool. It was a little like, look at the white guy doing Zen things, but whatever. I enjoyed my time there. But the tea shop itself has some sort of relationship with Ninnaji Temple in Western Kyoto. So this temple is sort of close to Roanji and Kinkakuji, and apparently it has also a connection to the Japanese emperors. It was originally built in the year 888, and then from then on, up until the late Edo period, so 1800s, the Emperor of Japan would send one son to be head priest of this temple. So there is a connection to the imperial family, and that's why on the box there is the crest of the imperial family. So the chrysanthemum crest is used to designate the emperor and the imperial family. So this shop in particular, because of their connection with Niraji, gets to use that crest for marketing purposes, which in Japan is a big deal. So let's talk about the matcha. So this matcha is called Ho no Mukashi. So Ho is is called is phoenix in Japanese, and specifically it's the Chinese phoenix rather than the Egyptian phoenix. Apparently there's a difference, so they made a clear distinction, at least on the dictionary website that I used, that it is the Chinese one. And Mukashi means like a long time ago or once upon a time, or like the history or like in the past, but it often follows the name of like a matcha. So it's blah 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 no Mukashi, blah blah blah, like whatever. But this matcha in particular comes from the Tsuen shop. So Tsuen is the oldest tea shop in the world. It started in 1160 and located on the eastern side of the Uji Bridge in Uji, Kyoto. So, and the current building they're using was built in 1673. So quite a lot of history there. And Uji is the main tea producing, or the most famous tea producing region in Japan. And it all comes back to the year 1191 when a monk called Eisai came back from China, and he brought back some tea seeds, and he planted them in a place called Togano or something like that near Yawata City, which is technically in Kyoto, but it's still pretty far away from Kyoto City. But he also gave some tea leaves to his fellow monk called Shonin, and Shonin went to Uji and planted tea seeds there and started tea cultivation. And at least like in the 1300s, it was considered the best or the second best tea producing region after Togano, but Togano's tea production kind of slipped off throughout the 1300s, and Uji became the main tea producing region, the number one tea producing region, and eventually they started supplying the shogun or the warlord and the emperor with tea in Kyoto. So around this time, tea drinking was thought of to be something of the noble class. So of course the emperor and the shogun were going to drink it, and eventually it became something that the samurai did as well. Of course they were considered the noble class as well, but it became this almost spiritual practice that the samurai did when they weren't at war or they weren't training swordsmanship, dating back to like that you sort of had to have a balance in your life, whether you can't be fully at war or switched on battle mode the whole time for your whole life. You had to have something peaceful in order to make your personality, so you don't become a psychopath, really, I guess was the thinking. But so yes, oftentimes samurai would practice tea ceremony, and there are even schools of samurai tea ceremony that are continued today. Even in New York City, there's one tea master that comes from a samurai tea school. So I'm just making some matcha now. Uh, I think this is the first time I'm making matcha on camera, so bear with me. uh, so let's see. So we're gonna whisk it now. Of course I'm gonna mess up on camera, but whatever. Just gonna drink it. Ooh. I love it. Definitely good quality matcha from the best place that produces it. So gonna end the video there. I don't really know where this video is gonna go from here, but stay tuned for more videos. Hopefully they're a little bit more entertaining than this one in the next couple weeks. All right, take care.